.3 to 2.5 million multi-ton blocks. A perimeter foundation of interlocking, somewhat massive slabs and small ones of limestone. Shafts all over the Giza plateau that interconnect with ancient tunnels. Evidence of ancient saw technology here in basalt on the Giza plateau. And here evidence of a straight saw cutting through basalt very efficiently. Weathering that is much, much more than the proposed 4,500 years. Huge boxes that even the academics admit are pre-dynastic. Puffed out walls like here at the third pyramid at Giza. Evidence of ancient saw marks as well in the Cairo Museum. And here on the lid of another massive granite box. Strange objects such as the so-called schist disk, original function completely unknown, and also admittedly by the scholars as being likely pre-dynastic. And other objects that clearly look like they were turned, at least originally, to some degree, on lathes. Core drill holes in granite in another massive box in the Cairo Museum. And here a huge quartzite box, hieroglyphics added during dynastic times, but it is pre-dynastic. And strange pyramidons, again hieroglyphics added during dynastic times. And what was this? It's made of quartzite, but what was its original function? The largest saw mark we've seen so far, approximately 14 feet long, at the Osiris at Abydos. And also at the Osiris, 2 tunnels off limits. Where do they go? And the Osiris itself, made of massive blocks of quartzite and also granite. Strange weathering at Karnak on this granite pillar. Massive, originally one-piece artifacts. The source of the stone is unknown, but it could be that this was brought all the way from Turkey to Karnak. And multiple evidence of core drill holes all over Karnak and other locations. This is how quarrying was done during dynastic and later times. But before that, an unknown technology here at the Aswan quarry. This is the 1,200-ton unfinished obelisk at Aswan. And another smaller obelisk that was never completed, again with these strange scoop marks. Giant one-piece stone boxes found in many locations, in this case at Saqqara. And originally it looks like the lid locked into the box, didn't simply sit on top of it. The two tunnels of the Serapeum underground at Saqqara. Inside the niches here, we find 25 massive stone boxes. This is one weighing 100 tons, 70 tons for the box, 30 tons for the lid. And the crude hieroglyphics were added during dynastic times, but the box itself is clearly pre-dynastic, made with an unknown ancient high technology. Again, there are 25 of these boxes, and 24 of them were found with the lids partially ajar. And here is one that was never completed. It was on its way to its niche when some possibly catastrophic event stopped it from being completed. And behind it, the lid, partially completed but not totally finished. Then the bizarre location of Tanis, located in the Nile Delta, almost denuded of any vegetation. And here we see where the dynastic people recycled older objects from the pre-dynastic high-tech era. Also evidence of scorching of the stone, very intense heat on this piece of quartzite. And again, another example of where the quartzite stone has been scorched with high heat. And this ancient statue, whose face, again, has been scorched by high, intense heat. The lid of a massive box, the box itself broken up into many pieces, but the lid almost intact. And this sculpture, which again shows evidence of intense heat, in fact, the melting of the area where the toes are. What kind of cataclysmic event could have caused this? And other massive objects strewn about. The recycling during dynastic times of megalithic blocks from the pre-dynastic time period. And here, one of the crown jewels on our tour, the Osiris shaft on the Giza plateau. We rent it for a 2-hour time period just for our group, which gives us exclusive access. This is the entrance, opened up only for our group on this day. And this is entering into it. And looking down into the first level, which is underground. Taking the ladder down into level 1. And this is what the first level looks like, a relatively small room carved into the limestone bedrock. But now there's another ladder, which takes us 100 feet deeper into level 2. And level 2, this is the entrance, is somewhat larger. And inside there are 2 giant multi-ton boxes. And finally, another 60 feet into the bedrock to level 3. partially filled with water, and this man is standing on another multi-ton block or box. How did it get all the way down there? Now looking up from the bottom, and heading back out after our exclusive 2-hour visit to the Osiris shaft. As soon as we leave, the guards lock the gate until someone else rents it for a 2-hour time period. And the magnificent Valley Temple on the Giza plateau. With huge, tight-fitting blocks of granite in the interior. You can see how tight the seams are and the sandblasting over the course of thousands of years of wind and sand. And then, of course, the Sphinx. These wooden planks are over top of the actual entrance into the subterranean area of the Sphinx. And of course the weathering, which is much, much more than 4,500 years, and repair that has been done since dynastic times. Here you can see the vertical weathering, which means lots of rain occurred over a long period of time. Once again, the extreme weathering of especially the front of the Sphinx. And the other secret entrance into the Sphinx near the back end of it. So all of this and much, much more you will see if you come and explore Egypt with us in March of 2020. Go to hiddenincatours.com for more details about our magnificent tour of Egypt.